Welcome to Whisper Bloom Studio, where English stories bloom under the stars.
The wind was different that morning. It wasn't cold, but it carried something deeper, a feeling, like a whisper from long, long ago. I was walking near the edge of Grammar Town, where the trees leaned gently, and the sky always looked like it. Remembered something. Lily stood by the path, her blue cloak moving slowly in the breeze. She smiled when she saw me. "Do you hear it?" she asked softly. "The past is speaking today." I listened, and in the wind, I thought I heard voices, faint, gentle, words that were already spoken, steps that were already taken. Lily turned, and we began walking. The path curved through tall grass, and soon a large building appeared ahead of us. It looked like a museum made of marble and moonlight, soft glowing windows, and doors that opened without sound. "This," Lily whispered, "is the Museum of Moments. Every memory here is stored in past simple. This is where the town remembers." We stepped inside. It was quiet, but not empty. The walls shimmered with soft light. Frames floated in the air. Some glowed gold. Some flickered softly, like candle flames remembering old stories. Lily reached for a frame. As she touched it, the room shifted. A voice filled the air. She danced in the garden. Before the rain came, the words echoed gently, like a lullaby from the past. "Here," Lily said, "we speak of what happened, what once was, what we remember." She turned to me. "Are you ready to remember with me?" I nodded. "Yes, I'm ready." And so, we stepped into the first hall, where every word was once true, where every sentence was a memory. Let the journey begin. We stepped into the first great hall. It was quiet, but not silent. All around us floated memory orbs, small glowing lights, gently pulsing like heartbeats. Each one held a first time. Lily looked up. "This is the Hall of Firsts," she whispered. "These memories remember when something began." I reached for an orb near me. It was warm in my hand. And as I touched it, I heard a voice. She painted her first picture, in the sunroom. The sentence drifted into the air like smoke. She painted. Paint becomes painted. "That," Lily said softly, "is the past simple. When something already happened, when it's done, we use the verb's past form. Regular verbs often end with ed." I touched another orb. He listened to the rain. Listened. Listen becomes listened. The orb faded gently. Lily walked beside me, trailing her fingers across several orbs as they lit up one by one. They walked to the tower. She opened the book. I studied all night. Simple, clear, done. We moved deeper into the hall. The floor shimmered like polished moonlight. A large orb hovered in the center of the room. Lily looked at me and smiled. "This is your memory. Tell it, use the past simple." I closed my eyes, and I remembered. I watched the stars with my father. I played the flute when I was little. I dreamed about flying. The orb brightened with every word I spoke. My voice sounded different, gentler maybe, like I was honoring a part of me I had forgotten. Lily nodded. "Good," she said. "Now you know how to say what was. You used regular verbs. You shaped time. You remembered." I looked around the hall one last time. Painted. Listened. Opened. Watched. Played. dreamed, each one a piece of someone's beginning. Then the doors at the far end creaked open, and the light beyond them flickered strangely. "The next hall is harder," Lily whispered. "It holds the things that don't follow rules." She stepped into the shadows ahead, and I followed. The hallway narrowed as we moved forward. The light flickered, and the air changed. Cooler, sharper. The floor beneath us rippled like a puddle touched by wind. Lily paused before a tall arched door. Above it, a cracked wooden sign read, "The Broken Clock Gallery." "This is where time forgets to follow rules," she said, "where verbs change in strange ways." The doors creaked open. Inside, everything ticked. But none of the clocks agreed. One spun backward. Another was frozen, and high above, a large clock swung its hands wildly, like it couldn't decide what time it was. On the walls, memories shimmered, but these were different. When I touched one, the voice said, "She went to the lake." Not "goed," but went. Lily turned to me gently. "Some verbs don't follow the ed rule," she said softly. "They change, in their own way. Go becomes went. See becomes saw. Take becomes took." I walked slowly past the memory frames. Each one told a story, but only if I listened carefully. He saw the comet. They took the map. I wrote her a letter. We ran from the storm. She made a promise. So many verbs, changing shape, changing sound. Lily touched a spinning clock. It stopped, and the memory inside it came to life. A little boy stood at the edge of a hill. He whispered, "I found a feather here, but I lost it the same day." The image faded. Found, lost. Find becomes found. Lose becomes lost. Lily looked at me. "This is the past. It doesn't always make sense, but it always has meaning." I reached for a small frame glowing softly. Inside, I saw myself, younger, smiling. I drank warm tea by the fire. Then I fell asleep. My voice was quiet, but steady. I turned to Lily. "So, I just have to remember which ones change?" She nodded. "Yes, not all verbs are regular. Some are wild, old. They've changed with time. But you will, remember, because every memory has a verb." The ticking began to slow. One clock stopped, and the next door opened with a quiet sigh. Lily stepped forward. "Now it's time to ask questions." And once again, I followed. The next hallway was narrower, the walls taller, and on them, hundreds of portraits, each one painted in soft brushstrokes, each one almost alive. But none of the people in the paintings moved, until you asked them a question. Lily placed a finger to her lips. "Shh. Listen closely." We stood still, and suddenly, a whisper from the wall. "Did he remember me? Did they come back? Why did she leave?" The voices faded like sighs. Lily looked at me. "The past holds many questions. And to hear the answers, we must learn to ask properly." She pointed to a small portrait, a girl in a green cloak, eyes full of wonder. "Try it," she said. "Ask her something." I took a breath. "Did you see the stars?" The portrait shimmered, and the girl smiled. "Yes," she whispered. "I saw them all." The painting glowed, then settled. Lily nodded. "Good. In past simple questions, we use did plus base verb. Did you walk? Did he find it? Did they dance? I moved to the next portrait, a man holding a lantern. Did he go? Into the cave? He looked up. No, I stayed outside. The shadows were too deep. I blinked. Wait. He said stayed, but I asked with go. Lily nodded. Yes, you only change the verb when answering. In the question, you keep it in the base form. That's the magic of did. The next portraits were different. They didn't want yes or no. They wanted stories. Lily stood beside a painting of an old ship at sea. Ask, what happened? I tried. What did they find on the island? The painting shimmered, and a sailor whispered, we found a golden compass, buried beneath the sand. Where did she go? Why did he cry? When did the lights fade? Every question brought life. Every answer brought memory. I stepped back. So many questions, so many ways to ask. Lily smiled. And now, you know how. Use did, ask with kindness, and the past will speak. The last portrait opened its eyes, just once. It whispered, did you forget your own story? The hallway darkened, and the next door opened. We stepped through the doorway into darkness. No paintings, no orbs, no whispers, only long shadows. The floor here was softer, like velvet. Lily lit a small lantern. Its glow reached only a little ahead, but just enough to see the silence. She turned to me and said, this is where forgotten things live. Not what happened, but what didn't. I frowned. Didn't? She nodded. To speak of what never came to be, we use didn't, and the base form of the verb. As we walked, shapes began to form. Not full memories, but outlines, like sketches never finished. One stood beside us, a girl with her hands folded, eyes full of waiting. Her voice was soft. I didn't speak, even though I wanted to. The space around her shimmered for a moment, then returned to stillness. Lily looked at me. Notice the verb. She said didn't speak, not didn't spoke. In negative past simple, we always use didn't plus the base form. I tried a sentence. I didn't walk into the cave. A shadow nearby flickered, then nodded. Another one formed. He didn't see the lantern. We didn't open the box. They didn't finish the climb. Soft voices, like memories that stayed quiet. We passed a bench made of stone. A figure sat there. I asked gently, what didn't you do? He looked up slowly. I didn't say goodbye. The shadows around him wrapped tighter. I felt a chill. Is this a sad place? Lily shook her head. Not sad, just honest. The past isn't only made of things we did. It's also shaped by what we didn't do. Didn't try, didn't say, didn't go. I took a breath and added my voice to the stillness. I didn't run away. I didn't forget her. I didn't stop dreaming. The shadows softened, like they understood. Ahead of us, a small door opened. Light spilled out, and the sound of water. Lily smiled. This is the last room. It's time ain't to let go. We stepped into the quietest room of all. No clocks, no shadows, just water. A long, slow river flowed through the center. The surface shimmered like glass. Lily led me to the edge. This is the river of time, she whispered. It carries every memory. The ones you lived, and the ones you left behind. Floating above the river were glowing words. I saw them gently pass by, Walked, opened, listened, played. Regular verbs, soft and familiar. They reminded me of the memory garden. Then came other words. Went, saw, took, made, found, irregular, deeper. Each one with its own story. More words floated by, in the shape of questions. Did you go? What did he say? When did they arrive? Each one left ripples in the water. Soft, curious. Then, shadows passed in the current, not heavy, just quiet. Didn't speak. Didn't leave. Didn't forget. I felt them all. The full picture of the past. Lily knelt by the river and cupped her hands into the water. Speak now, she said gently, and the river will remember. I took a breath and let the words come. I walked through the garden. I saw my past. I asked the portraits questions. I didn't run. I didn't hide. I felt something lift, a lightness, as if the museum itself smiled. Lily touched the river once more, and the current slowed. She turned to me. You now carry the past with you, not as a weight, but as a guide. You understand what happened. You can ask, you can tell, you can reflect. She smiled gently. The past simple is yours now. The lantern dimmed, and the museum doors slowly opened behind us. I stepped out, back into the night sky of Grammartown. The stars above were brighter, clearer, and as I walked away, the river behind me whispered, she learned, she remembered, she grew.
Thank you for joining me tonight. Don't forget to subscribe for more gentle stories. Until next time, sweet dreams.